started, I swear. Welcome in, folks. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. A daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports studio. Impact Power Sports online at impactpowersportsmi.com. Wow. So the eclipse came and went. That was great. I didn't expect it to be like overpowering in its scope. Just a nice, subtle darkening of the day. I saw a thing that said when there's totality, like you're in the area where the sun is completely blocked out, that you could actually look at it, but not for long. And you got to be careful because as soon as that little ray of sunlight peeks out, you don't want to be looking at it. Even a short little blast of that can hurt you. I think it was the sun is 400 times larger than the moon, but the sun is 400 times the distance. So it kind of just works out right. Had my glasses, looked up there, and I saw just a little bit of the sun being eaten by the moon there. Jimmy's here. He said he got to be part of totality. From where we were, we had 94% coverage. Jimmy writes, I played War Pigs. Great song. So when that happened, it didn't get nearly as dark as what you experienced, but it just kind of got a little bit dark. Enough that, like, the street lights came on. But outside, it didn't seem that dark. But once I got inside of the house for some reason, it was really dark. Like I had to turn on all the lights. Badger writes, meteorologist Ben Glaze can give you the details. Chris says, I used the glasses and I nerded out and showed people at work through a pinhole camera on paper. Yeah, I was shocked by how dark the house got. So I'm out there with Pooh Bear, and she goes, I'm going to take a picture of it with my phone. I go, I don't think you want to do that. I was reading that that's a bad deal. She goes, no, I've got a device that it'll take perfect pictures of, and I go, what? So it's basically the same thing that you put over your eyes, but you would just hold it over the phone, and then you take a picture. And so I did it, and it didn't work for shit. It was a total ripoff. It didn't do any goddamn thing. When it all got started, the NFK, he wanted in on that action about the eclipse. I almost said hurricane because Ashley just showed up here. Hurricane watch, be careful. Something's going to get fucked up. So the NFK and I go out, and I go, hey, you want a chair? He goes, yeah. So I get one of those chairs that you put by the campfire that comes in like a bag. And he kind of looks at it funny. And I should have known that he wasn't too thrilled with that chair because his leg strength only goes to a certain point. Like if you were doing a squat, and for him, when you're squatting, once his legs get to a certain point, and it's not that deep, there is no strength. So if you're in the hole of that chair, he's screwed. I don't know this. So he sits down. I was like, I wish you would tell me these things. it comes time to get up, and he just looks at me, and I go, oh. I go, here, let me help you. So I go under his arms, and like I'm just going to lift him up with my legs, and he provides zero assistance. He has nothing. It was basically I'm lifting dead weight from an awkward spot, and as soon as I started to put it into third gear to get him out of the chair, I realized this is a bitch. I am not prepared for this. So then he goes back into the chair. I go, okay, all right, let's try it again. Try it from a different angle. And then I'm the only one providing power to get him up. And I go, what's up? He goes, it's too deep. I can't do it. I'm like, holy shit. So, all right. So I go under the arms, around the back. I'm facing him. So his face is in my belly. It looked like if the neighbors looked at us, it would look like he was sucking my dick. And I go under, and then clasp around him. So I'm like this, okay? Let me show you. For those of you that are just listening to the audio podcast, I'm like this, and his head's right here where my dick is. And I start to I go wide stance like a power lifter. I'm like, oh. So the neighbors from behind me are watching me go, oh, yeah, oh. And then I go, you got to give me something, man. And so he comes up with a little bit of power, and I get him up. I go, that's the last time you're ever sitting in one of these chairs. Holy shit. God, I'm tired just reenacting it. That's only 5 minutes into the eclipse. I'm fucked. I can't do this. Suggestions that we need an engine hoist. Turns out that there was a window strategically right in line with the sun from the house. He didn't have to even leave the house again. It was fucking great. Oh, man. That was a challenge. Joe Pellerito writes, good morning. Holy crap, Easy. Easy and I have the same exact outfit on today, down to the Adidas pants. Yeah, that's great, but, just keep in mind who your sibling is. Are you sure you're not starting to become like him? We can't have that. My little heart can only take so much. All right? I don't want it to be like an accident, wink, wink, and the next thing you're pulling in the driveway. How did two brothers become so different? That's what I want to know. My God. So, all the eclipse stuff going on, everything's good. Everybody's got their eyes. I was reading that there was a strong amount of people who may have looked a little bit too long and are going through a little bit of eye strain today. I'll admit that there was a couple times that when the glasses were on, I would really quick just peek to see what it's like when the sun is almost completely blocked out by the moon with just a tiny bit of it exposed. And it's still remarkably bright. And if you look at it for any more than a second, you're going to have some serious issues. Pin Pusher writes, easy. Did they fix your balls? My body did. I did get some advice from the doc that what I had was simply, I'm not making this up. I'm not trying. I mean, I can only tell you what exactly she told me. She said it's completely harmless, and I'm only going to tell you in EZ terms, not doctor terms. But she said to me, you have jizz in your bladder, and it causes that uncomfortable feeling. It will pass, and then that's it. And I'm like, well, I mean, this is horrible. If I ever have sex again, I don't want to have to go through this every single time. So we are reevaluating. That is because of the medicine known as Flomax. These little sphincters that are part of your plumbing are supposed to shut tight until it's time to go potty. Well, mine are gapy, like a Zaniac's vagina, like a former Zaniac's vagina. And because of that, I get a little bit of a blend in the fuel, like a little water in the fuel tank. And you just don't want that. So I said, all right, well, we diagnosed it. Do you still need the scrotal scan? She says, yes, we still want a scan of your testicles and all that. We want to get an ultrasound. So that's what's going on. Linda asks, what, are you Trump? Looking at the sun. Nick writes, I sunburnt my eyes with a welder. Feels like sand in your eyes for days. Did that just happen? Jimmy writes, another great story over breakfast. I'll be making food today at Bosco's Pub. If you want to come see me, do it. Be a nice day. Eat out on the patio, maybe. If it's nice enough, and away we go. Yeah, Pellerito. God, that is crazy. He is wearing the same shit. That is fantastic. You can see it. If you're watching the audio, listening to the audio podcast, obviously this isn't for you. All right. I want to share something with you that I promised I would get to. I spent the back half of the day yesterday producing a piece of content of some of my football commentary. Stand by. Got to sneeze. From the West Michigan Ironman football game. So let's get to that. What do you say? This is streamed on Facebook. It's me and the coach, Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor, my play-by-play guy, he is he used to be an assistant football coach at both Western Michigan University and the University of Michigan. He knows quite a bit about football. He just kind of goes with it when I do what I do. Refs have to explain exactly how the coin toss works to the Toledo team. Team captain for Toledo, I'm not sure. And one of them out there right now is a real pork chop.
Scrambling to his right. Whoa! Stiff arms. Hey, he's up in the club. That's Carter for you. That's Carter. Alex Carter. 100% Carter.
Flies into the stands. Oh, my God. He sat right on that kid's face.
Frequent flyer miles by Alex.
Yeah, he was being chased by that child. Look at that child chasing him.
He jumped right up.
Look at that kid. The kid's like, oh my God, he sat on my face. It's true. Half that team was like tiny. The other team, the team in the green.
Oh no!
Fall on it! Fall on it! Oh! Oh my God!
I told you, man. He rolled the ball back to the quarterback.
Well, look at that again. What the hell?
This center snapped it almost through the uprights.
Wow.
Almost over the crossbar,
What
Zane.
is
Embarrassing.
going on? Is this like a Make-A-Wish team or something?
What happened to the helmet here?
El Chapo. Oh, he's kicking his helmet. Oh.
Is that El Chapo?
Yeah, it is. That is Richard Villalpando, known as El Chapo. He's very upset at his helmet.
All their nicknames.
He kicked his helmet. I think he gave his helmet the finger. And then he told his helmet that the helmet was a whore.
Bad blood now.
How many grandkids you got there, Coach?
None that I know of.
None that you know of. Okay.
But I get cards on Father's Day.
Okay. All right. Yeah, coaches laid pipe all over Michigan.
Well, you know, wow.
Oh, they're doing the kiss cam. Look at these. Look at these two. Oh, those two. Did you see those two hippies kissing? Was that two dudes?
They don't even know each other.
It looked like two dudes.
I hope they show you two.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Dudes kiss all the time nowadays. They got to get them to do like an open mouth kiss. Or maybe like grind. Oh, there we go. Yes. I wonder if that chick kisses all the players. Everybody gets to kiss her. That's gross. You can get mono from that.
I guess my question, Zane, is when they sit down in the Shamrocks and they go over this game film, where do you start?
You start by throwing the footage into the grill and burn it. You just burn it. You just pretend it didn't happen. Oh, this song's making all the chicks horny. I feel bad for saying that because they're showing pictures of kids. That looked fun. We used to do those scooters in school, and then you get your finger ran over by one of the caster wheels. Black and blue for months. Definitely no finger banging. Oh, there you go. Couple homeless people get the ball.
Now, we might have enough time for the kickoff here, Zane, and that's going to wrap it up.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Thank God it's over. Come on, kick it, you jerk. What are you waiting for?
Oh, no.
All right, there you go. So many questions. Chris writes, is this on the air? Well, it's broadcast on Facebook. First he says, is this in the arena or on the air? And then he realized he asked a dumb question. He says, dumb question. I can hear the arena announcer. Yeah, that's us doing the game. Chris says, where can we watch these live streams? This is good. Yeah, just go to the West Michigan Ironmen Facebook page. Rebecca says you're going to get those two guys kiss and beat up. I think it's missing a word. Does your broadcast partner think it's funny or hate you? He thinks it's funny. And I had people say to me, you're going to get fired. You're going to get fired. No, I'm not. Because while I'm doing it, the owners of the team are listening, drinking, and laughing. And they send me texts. They say, more. In fact, I posted that video yesterday, and the team shared it. Even though it said because I put NSFW on it. I don't want anybody to play my shit, at work and here I'm talking about calling a helmet a whore, and this is making all the women horny, and there's kids, all that shit. I don't want that happening. So the Ironmen are all about it. This is no micromanaging. They basically have given me a blank slate and said, just fuck it. Just have fun with it. To me, the epitome was, or the most incredible thing was the time when I was telling you about the team from South Carolina was on there, and I was dogging the team so bad for being shitty. The owner of the team called our owner and said, have that asshole shut up. Make sure that asshole shuts up or I'm pulling my team off the field. And then my guy comes up to me. He goes, fuck that bitch. Ugh. Love that job. Love it. Joe Spalding is going to join us in a minute. We'll talk why in a second. But first, folks on Facebook, X, and YouTube, it's time to say goodbye. Go to Twitch and get the rest of the show. Sign up for my Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane, where this week it's a Big Fraud Saturday with Ben Glaze. We're going to start out the Big Fraud Saturday with Who Are These Free Beers, where we are getting a nice collection of free beer getting pissy with the audience who send him any type of dialogue that he's not happy with. Occasionally people will send texts or whatnot to them and it'll show up and he drops whatever the hell he's doing and gets very annoyed and pissed off. I just got a tip today that he was again cranky. So we'll feature a couple of clips of free beer clapping back on Who Are These Free Beers, as he should, frankly, because I want him to so we can talk about it on this show. There you go. That's on my Patreon. Sign up free for 7 days. You sign up today, you can get a whole week's worth for free. You do have to put in a payment form, but cancel it right after. No big deal. I don't mind if you do that. I want you to do that. The point of this is to get you to try it. I don't want to trick you into paying for something. So sign up with a payment form, cancel it right after. And if you're like at the end of the 7 days, all right, yeah, I can. That's something to listen to. I can get behind that. Then just sign up again. And then pay either $5 a month or $10 a month. $5 a month for the audio, $10 a month for the audio, the video, and the live streams. And participation on the Zoom for the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. All there for you. Thank you for trying it out. And as always, you can download this audio podcast from what I'm doing right now. This becomes the audio podcast wherever you download shows.